Ron, let's do our predictions. We're going into week 12. We're going to, let me just pull this up right now. We're going to skip the first game because talking about the Steelers against Cleveland. We're going to go straight to Sunday. Vikings at Chicago. 3.5 is the Minnesota's favored. 30.5 is the over and under. Ron, what's your prediction?
I got Minnesota winning this one. Listen, I know Chicago, did they win last week or they found a way to lose that game, right?
Williams did look good in that final drive, but it wasn't enough.
They moved on from their play caller and they start to look a little bit better, but give me Minnesota still to pull this one off.
Yeah, I mean, Minnesota is no Green Bay. I think Minnesota might be a tad better on defense, maybe. I don't know. I think this Minnesota and Green Bay are basically the same team, if you ask me, but give Minnesota to win this one. Next game is Detroit at Indy. Detroit is favored by 7, which is kind of weird. I guess they must have been thinking about that Richardson. 49.5 is just over and under. Ron, what's your prediction?
Yeah, give me Detroit. I think they're on a mission. Detroit is a team on a mission, and they're not going to have a letdown game.
I think they already had their letdown game. It's going to be just blowing people out left and right, even without Hutchinson on the team. So give me Detroit to win this one. Richardson had a good game, but I think he's good for one good game a year. I don't know. I don't think he's there to be consistent yet. Tampa Bay at New York Giants. We were just talking about Daniel Jones, so this is Tommy DeVito starting. Tampa is favored by 5.5. 41.5 is your under. Ron, what's your prediction?
Give me Tampa. I don't, too much turmoil, dysfunction in New York. Both New York teams. Give me Tampa. I think coming off a bye, right? They should be ready to go.
Yeah, give me Tampa. I mean, Atlanta did them a favor by losing. Did them, New Orleans. So I don't know now. What's the standing now?
Right now, Atlanta is still in first. They're 6-5. Tampa's 4-6 right now. So, and then in the division, Atlanta's 4-1 already.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and Tampa's 1-2.
I mean, you can win this division with an 8-8, 8-9 record. So I don't know. It's just Denver was a non-division game, so I guess it wasn't too bad. But I'm still holding on hope for Tampa to win this division. So give me Tampa to win this game. The next one is the Cowboys at Commanders. Commanders is favored by 10? Whoa! 45.5 is the over and under. Ron, what's your prediction?
Taking the Commanders. There's nothing good going on in Dallas, right? And they're playing on the road in Washington. It is a divisional game, so the spread does worry me about a little bit. But Washington, they need a win, right? They're kind of reeling a little bit. They're going to pull this one off.
10 points is a lot, but Cowboys look terrible. Last night, I saw some defensive flashes for them, but the offense was terrible. They did everything under the sun to try to confuse Houston. It didn't work. So yeah, Washington should take this one. The Chiefs at Panthers. The Chiefs are favored by 11 points. 42.5 is the over and under. Ron, what's your prediction?
Kansas City will have a bounce back game. Yeah, I mean, Carolina's a terrible team. Kansas City should have no problem winning this game. I know they're struggling a little bit offensively, but they'll figure it out, and they should win. This would be a monumental upset if they somehow lose to Carolina.
Yeah, I got Kansas City winning this game, and it shouldn't be close. It shouldn't be close. So I'm not even gonna watch this game because it shouldn't be close. Tennessee at Houston. Houston is favored by 8 points. 41.5 is the over and under. Ron, what's your prediction?
Give me Houston. I thought they looked really good against Dallas. I think Dallas is just a bad team, but I think, listen, Stroud is not playing his best ball yet. But I think he didn't need to. I think now that we're getting later on in the season, now is when he needs to show what he can do. So give me Houston to win and then for them to continue, winning these next few weeks.
Yeah, Houston is not the same Houston that it was last year. And it is, let's be honest, it is CJ Stroud. I don't know what's wrong with him, or maybe they got tape on him and defenses are better, but as long as they have Mixon on the mix, they'll be fine. Denver Broncos at Raiders. Denver is favored by 5.5. I think it should be more, but 41.5 is the over and under. Ron, who'd you go with?
Give me Denver. This is a team that's in the playoff hunt right now, and a win would go a long way. They should easily handle the Raiders. So yeah, Denver should win this one. You're thinking it should be more?
It should be more because I've seen now talks. I've seen now the betting public actually think that Bo Nix could get Rookie of the Year for Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think Daniels should get one, but the fact that we're talking about Bo Nix is because he's so efficient when he runs the offense. Other than Drake May, I can see Bo Nix coming in second. I can see that. Like, I can actually picture that. And I was like making fun of Bo Nix at the beginning of the year because he was basically a running quarterback, and all of a sudden he's actually doing plays.
You should pull up the stats for the rookie quarterbacks to compare all of them, because, and I haven't seen it for myself, but I saw someone was comparing Caleb Williams to Jaden Daniels, and their stats weren't that different, surprisingly. Their records were like, different, right? Like Chicago is not struggling and Washington was playing well, but statistically, you just look at the stats, they were okay. I'm saying that to say that Bo Nix has 14 touchdowns right now, which is great, to 6 interceptions. So, but I'm pretty sure when you look at Jaden and Caleb, I don't think they're too far off.
Well, look, while you look at it up, the next game is 49ers at Packers. Green Bay is favored by 2.5. 47.5 is the over and under. Ron, who'd you go with?
I went with San Francisco. They let me down last week, but if they're going to be a playoff team, they're going to have to start winning these tough games. Right? They're 5-5, but they're not far out. They're only a game behind right now. They are 1-3 in division though. So this is a critical game for them. They need to win. Give me San Fran to win this one.
I was going back and forth between San Fran and Green Bay, but this is a home game for Green Bay. I don't know if, San Francisco is ready to cold weather and all that stuff. So I'm not super confident in love, but I like the atmosphere. I like the fact that it's Green Bay, cold weather. Give me Green Bay to win this one. 2.5 seems like it should be lower, but give me Green Bay to win this one. Let's talk about Monday night game. Baltimore Ravens at Los Angeles Rams. Ravens are favored by 3 points. 50.5 is the over and under. Ron, what's your prediction?
Give me the Rams. Part of it is I thought the Rams were impressive this past week. If they can throw on the Patriots defense, they should be able to throw on the Ravens defense. I think Baltimore, it's going to be tough for them to fly all the way out on the West Coast. And, I think Lamar, he almost has to, I feel like he has to carry that team. And it's just going to be too much pressure. I think the Rams are a good team, and they should be able to win that one. I'm surprised Baltimore's favored, to be honest with you.
I'm not surprised at all. Do you know what's Lamar's record against the NFC?
What?
20-1.
Oh.
20-1. This dude does not lose to the NFC teams. So give me Baltimore. I just feel like after a loss, they're probably going to be pissed. They'll probably be like, hey, why are we getting all these penalties? They're going to get Derrick Henry going. And I'm not sold. I know there's a lot of rookies on the LA Rams. I'm not sold on that defense, but give me Baltimore to win this one.
Hey, real quick before you move on, so I'll just pull up Jaden Daniels' stats. So far, 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 2,300 yards passing, 23-38. Caleb Williams is at 9 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 2,000 yards passing. And then I mentioned Bo Nix. He was at, 14 touchdowns already. So, I think and he's right at like 22.75 for yards, 14-6. I think all these guys are pretty close, to be honest with you.
14 touchdowns to 9 is not pretty close.
Well, yeah, but the rating is the same. So he has 89 rating.
Nobody, what? Ron, how many times have I mentioned that? No one looks at that.
At the end of the day,
no one looks at that.
Here's what happens, right? If you're on a losing team, your team's losing, people are going to look at you like you're not if your team is winning, even if it's like winning in spite of you, people are going to be like, oh, he's actually better than what he really is.
That's what no one looks at rating. They look at how many touchdowns you threw. Is your team any good? Rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Offensive rookie of the year.
Yep.
Let's talk about our teams, Ron. Pittsburgh at Cleveland. 3.5 is a spread. 36.5 is a over and under. Ron, what's your prediction?
I got Pittsburgh winning 21-16. I don't like the fact that a lot of people in the national media and local media are saying this is like an easy win. It's not. It's a divisional game. Jameis Winston scares me. Like, he can have a game. He'll keep both teams in, right? So he'll have a game we throw three touchdowns, or he'll have a game where we throw 4 interceptions. So it can go either way. He's very streaky, and that part makes me nervous. So, but I think our guys are gonna be a little bit tired, coming off a short week. I know a lot of players. We didn't have a lot of injuries from this past week, but coming off a physical game against Baltimore, that does concern me a little bit. So I'm hoping we don't have a letdown, but 21-16 is what I have.
Yeah, I also have Steelers winning. I also think that this could be a trap game. Cause everything that you mentioned, short week, divisional game. Cleveland does have Nick Chubb, not 100%, but I guess he's out there. And Winston, he just chucks it. He doesn't care how many INTs he has. But I got Pittsburgh winning 17-13. Again, the defense is going to stand up. I just want to see more production from Wilson. That's all. And Cleveland, we're talking about a team that has waved the white flag long ago.
Not Jameis. Not that often.
Well, not him.
He threw for almost 400 yards last week.
It was a loss, though.
Yeah. But almost 400 yards.
Yeah, because listen, whether it's Winston, Lawrence, you name them, they love garbage time points. They love garbage time play. The game could be out of hand, but they just love making up those extra yards.
They beat Baltimore just a couple weeks ago. Jameis threw for 334 yards in that game. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Listen, if the Steelers win Game 9, I get my money. So I'm hoping for the Steelers.
That's all you care about.
For the Steelers to win this game, and I'm free. I'm through. I don't care what they do after that.
Listen, they better show up. They got to come prepared, expecting a challenge. Jameis, we live here in Orlando. I've seen enough of Tampa games when he played here. That dude keeps the offense like hyped up. They'll be engaged and trying to score points. He's going to chuck it, like you said. He's not scared to throw it. Secondary better be ready.
Yeah, that Pickens, not Pickens, what's his name? The son,
Porter. Yeah,
Porter
Joey
Jr.
Porter.
better be ready. New England at Miami. Miami's favored by 7 points. 45.5 is the over and under. Ron, what's your...
I got Miami winning this one. It's in Miami. Give me the Dolphins 24-21.
Yeah, I got the Dolphins winning 24-17. I mean, this is going to be Drake May's first time. And I think we might get a cold front this weekend, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it'll affect Miami. At least I haven't looked. But yeah, just Miami has always been a house of horrors, so this might be a loss, but I know they just beat Las Vegas last week, but can you trust Miami now? No, not yet.
Probably.
I mean, they have Tua back. They have Waddle back. They have Hill, which I don't know. This one week is his knee, the other week is his back, 1 week is his ankle. I can't keep up with all the injuries anymore. But Miami should win this one.
I'm about to say, it sounds like you're leaning towards an upset.
No, especially the way that the secondary play for New England is just not good. Ron, what's your upset special?
I went to the Philly Chargers game. Chargers playing really well. Give me Chargers to win 26-23. I think it was a 3-point spread. 3-point spread. Philly favored 49.5 was the over under. So I'm going 26-23 Chargers in LA.
I picked Philadelphia. This might be a defensive battle. 23-26 might be too high. I like the Chargers defense. I like the Eagles defense. I feel like Fangio has finally figured out how to use those Georgia players. Every game that I've seen for the Eagles have the opposing quarterback running for his life. I don't know if that's going to happen with the Chargers, but give me Philly. And it's going to be just like the Steelers. The first half, you're going to be like shaking your head like, what are the Eagles doing? And they make adjustments. Give me the Eagles to win. My upset special, Arizona at Seattle. I got Arizona winning 24-21.
It's not much of an upset, dude. It's a 1-point spread. It doesn't even qualify as an upset.
But look at the other games. What choice did I have?
Well, you had one here, so you have.
I don't do double dip. Yeah, there was
another one.
There was not a lot of choices.
Yeah, okay.
There was not a lot of choices, so I went with Arizona. I think there were. What was the spread? Geez, did I not? Spread was 1 point to Seattle, 47.5 or under. So yeah, it didn't meet the 3.5 threshold, but I mean, all the other spreads were really, really high. That it was so high that I wasn't really.
This doesn't qualify as an upset special. It's just,
listen, you double dipped last week and you lost. Don't be mad.
Double dip.
Don't be mad. Anyways, I picked Arizona to win this one. They're coming off a bye week. They're finally using Harrison how he's supposed to be used. Kyler Murray is not hurt, and we're talking about week 12 now. He's not. At least there's no injury that apparently is slowing him down. And as much as I like Geno's having like a resurgence, right? Give me Arizona to win this one.